In a stunning move that rocked the world of Formula One, Lewis Hamilton announced that he will be joining Ferrari for the 2025 season, leaving behind his longtime team, Mercedes. This decision came as a surprise to many, but it was also the result of years of frustration and disappointment for the seven-time world champion, who felt that Mercedes had failed to deliver a car that could challenge for titles in the new era of regulations. But was Hamilton right to jump ship? And how will his departure affect Mercedes, both on and off the track?
Hamilton had been loyal to Mercedes since 2013, when he joined them from McLaren. Together, they dominated the sport for 6 consecutive years, winning every Drivers' and Constructors' Championship from 2014 to 2019. However, things changed drastically in 2022, when the new rules introduced a radical overhaul of the car design, aimed at making the racing more exciting and competitive. Mercedes struggled to adapt to the changes and found themselves lagging behind their rivals, especially Red Bull, who emerged as the new force in F1.
Hamilton was not happy with the situation, and he made his feelings known to the team. He demanded more accountability from the engineers and claimed that he knew what the car needed to improve based on his vast experience in the sport. He also had a glimpse of what Mercedes had planned for the future, and he was not impressed. Before signing with Ferrari, he was shown their project for the 2026 regulations, which will introduce even more changes to the cars and the sport. Hamilton liked what he saw, and he decided that Ferrari had a better chance of winning in the long run. Leaving Mercedes was not an easy decision for Hamilton, who had formed strong bonds with the team over the years. He had worked closely with some of the best minds in the business, such as technical director James Allison, who returned to the team in 2023 after a brief hiatus. He had also won 6 of his 7 titles with Mercedes, and he had become a legend in the team's history. But he felt that he had to move on, and he did not want to wait any longer. He signed with Ferrari for 2025, even before the 2024 season had started, which showed how confident he was in his choice. He also knew that the car for 2024 would be very similar to the one for 2025, and he did not expect Mercedes to make any significant progress. Hamilton's departure was a huge blow for Mercedes, who lost not only their star driver, but also their brand ambassador. Hamilton was more than just a racer. He was also a leader and a voice for social causes. He founded Project 44, a foundation that fights for the rights of minorities around the world, and he used Mercedes as a platform to speak out about issues such as racism, diversity, and equality. He also brought a lot of popularity and revenue to the team, as he had a massive fan base and a global appeal. Without him, Mercedes will have to rebuild their image and their performance and face the challenge of competing with Hamilton in a Ferrari. The move has sent shockwaves across the sport as Hamilton leaves behind the team that dominated the last decade and joins their arch-rivals, who have been struggling to catch up. The impact of Hamilton's departure on Mercedes is already evident, as their stocks have plummeted and their future is uncertain. Who can replace the most successful driver in F1 history? Who can fill the gap that Hamilton has left in the Brackley-based squad? The options are limited, and none of them seem to match Hamilton's caliber. Hamilton, on the other hand, will have to face a brand new challenge in Ferrari, the team he has beaten consistently from 2014 to 2020. How will he cope with the pressure and expectations of the tifosi, the passionate Ferrari fans who have mixed feelings about their new star? How will he get along with his new teammate, Charles Leclerc, the young prodigy who has a long-term contract with Ferrari until at least 2027? The battle between Hamilton and Leclerc will be one of the most intriguing aspects of the 2024 season. There is no doubt that both drivers are among the best in the sport, but who will have the edge? Will Hamilton's experience and skill prevail over Leclerc's youth and talent? Or will Leclerc assert his authority and prove that he is the leader of Ferrari. The clash of styles between the two drivers will also be interesting to watch, as Leclerc prefers an oversteering car, while Hamilton is more comfortable with an understeering one. This could create tension in the team, as they will have to decide which direction to develop the car in. Will they find a compromise, or will they favor one driver over the other? Hamilton is not coming to Ferrari empty-handed, though. He has made many connections with Mercedes over the years, and he is likely to bring some of his trusted and valued staff with him. This could benefit Ferrari immensely, as they could gain some of the secrets and expertise that made Mercedes so successful. It could also hurt Mercedes even more, as they would lose some of their key personnel and know-how. Another reason for Hamilton's decision to join Ferrari in his quest for his 8th title lies in the nature of the strengths and weaknesses of both teams. Ferrari have always been good at producing powerful engines, and they were the only team besides Red Bull that managed to build a competitive car without copying Red Bull's side pods. They were even dubbed the porpoising geniuses for their innovative design. However, they also suffered from human errors, such as poor strategy calls and pit stop blunders. Hamilton could help to eliminate these mistakes by bringing his own staff and culture to the team, and by using his influence and leadership skills. Martin Brundle, the Sky F1 pundit, has commented on this shocking move by Hamilton and said that it was something that he expected for a long time. He said, "I'm so looking forward to Hamilton and Leclerc in Ferrari. We've asked him for years about it, and he seemed nailed on at Merck for life and always dismissive of moving. Hamilton and Leclerc in scarlet, that's a story. Lewis Hamilton to Ferrari, I always thought it would happen one day. Seismic move, just as it was when Lewis joined Mercedes. And like then, I don't see the negatives. But wow, undoubtedly the biggest transfer on transfer deadline day." What does this mean for Mercedes, on the other hand? It means that George Russell, the young British driver who impressed in his brief stint with the team in 2020, will finally get the chance to prove himself in a top car. He will have the freedom and the status that he always wanted, and that he thought he deserved after his strong performances in 2022, when he finished in the top 5 consistently with a mediocre car. However, he will also have a huge responsibility, as he will have to show that Hamilton's departure was a huge mistake and that he can fill his shoes. This will not be easy, as Hamilton and Ferrari are likely to be more competitive than Russell and his teammate in Mercedes from 2025 onwards. Hamilton's move to Ferrari was not a sudden decision, but a long-term plan that was hindered by contractual issues. Ferrari wanted to sign Hamilton as early as 2024, but they could not get rid of Sainz's contract in a way that would not harm both parties. This shows how much Ferrari valued Hamilton and how much they were willing to invest in him. Mercedes, on the other hand, are the biggest losers in this deal. They have lost their star driver, their brand image, and their competitive edge. They will have to face a tough challenge to stay in the top 3, as McLaren and Aston Martin have made significant progress in 2022 and 2023. It is inevitable that Mercedes will struggle to keep up with these teams, and they might even fall into the midfield if they do not improve their car. Mercedes will have to find a suitable replacement for Hamilton, someone who can fill the huge gap that he has left. They will need a driver who has the caliber, the experience, and the charisma of Hamilton. The candidates that have been mentioned so far are Fernando Alonso, Nico Hülkenberg, and Carlos Sainz. Alonso would be the best choice for Mercedes, as he is a proven champion who has won 2 titles against Michael Schumacher. He also has the motivation to prove that he can do better than Hamilton and Mercedes in a shorter time. He would bring a lot of skill, leadership, and passion to the team. Hülkenberg would be another option for Mercedes, as he is a reliable and consistent driver who has shown his potential in various teams. He also has a good relationship with Russell, who would be his teammate. He would bring a lot of stability, experience, and professionalism to the team. Sainz would be the most ironic choice for Mercedes, as he is the driver who was replaced by Hamilton at Ferrari. He would have a point to prove that he was not the problem at Ferrari and that he can perform well in a better car. He would bring a lot of speed, aggression, and confidence to the team. Hamilton's switch to Ferrari is one of the most shocking and significant moves in F1 history, and it will have a huge impact on the sport, both on and off the track. It will also create a lot of drama, excitement, and intrigue for the fans, who will witness a new era of F1, where Hamilton will face new challenges and new rivals, and where Mercedes will have to cope with the loss of their legend. The 2025 season promises to be one of the most thrilling and unpredictable seasons ever, and it will be fascinating to see how it unfolds.